now we have a special presentation. I need to call out Dr. Herring, Dr. Hoffman, Dr. Hinson, our superintendent, Dr. Gilhouse, Mrs. Metzger, and Mrs. Alderson.
Well, I'm here today for a very, very special purpose, and that is to say thank you to teachers, to those people who have taught us lessons about life, lessons that will remain with us longer than any math formula or historical date. In Emporia, Kansas, an educational organization for the past 22 years has paid tribute to our nation's most important profession, teaching. Since 1992, the National Teachers Hall of Fame has celebrated the teaching profession through an induction ceremony which annually recognizes 5 of the nation's most outstanding pre-K through 12 educators. I'm here today to announce that one of the 5 outstanding teachers selected for this year's class is here with us today. One of your very own faculty members. Woo! See if you know who it is when I describe her as the teacher who believes that creativity and leadership are the core of sustaining the magic of science for both students and teachers. She says that she learns as much from her human anatomy and physiology students as they do in their Friday medical seminar series. She's been teaching, learning, and leading for 45 years in the science classroom, the past 12 years here at Shawnee Mission South High School. Mrs. Jan Alderson, Shawnee Mission South High School's very special science teacher and the sponsor of Raiders Researchers, please join us down here so that everyone can show their support for you. Mrs. Alderson, please consider this as the official notification of your selection as an inductee into the National Teachers Hall of Fame class of 2014. On behalf of the National Hall of Fame Board of Trustees and the 110 current members, I'm proud to be here at Shawnee Mission South High School today to commemorate this day and to celebrate your teaching career achievements. May your selection stand as an example to all, representing what can be achieved by doing what you love and giving of yourself for the growth and well-being of your students. Mrs. Alderson represents what is great in American education today. Thank you. I need to say something. When an award like this is given, you recognize one teacher, you recognize the entire profession. Obviously, without inspirational teachers, I know my colleagues are so gifted, and the students are the best. The South High students are just incredible. But to me, the most important factor in an educational community is the leadership. And we just have the world's best administrative leadership team here. You know, Dr. Gilhouse has inspired me, supported. I mean, teachers like me are always asking for things. And Mr. Fleury, the administrative team is just incredible. I want to thank the community for your support. Thank you so much. I don't think I can speak. The National Teachers Hall of Fame couldn't recognize outstanding teachers like Mrs. Alderson without some corporate sponsors. And so we're proud that the National Education Association, California Casualty, Herb Jones, and Pearson Education help support the work that we do. Jan, you will be receiving $1,000 worth of educational materials from Pearson Education. You'll also receive if you could take this little box right there, from Herb Jones. You will receive a National Teachers Hall of Fame ring, which the teachers have told me compares to the Super Bowl ring, as well as this lapel ring, this lapel pin to wear as a recognized National Teacher Hall of Fame inductee. And you will also receive 5 new learning tablets, learning software and accessories for your classroom to pilot some new technology from DigiDo. So we are very pleased to recognize and honor you today as one of this year's 5 National Teacher Hall of Fame inductees. I'd like to call upon Susan Metzger from Congressman Yoder's office has a letter. And from the National Teachers Hall of Fame, we have a plaque which will remain here at Shawnee Mission South that I would like to give to Dr. Principal and to Dr. Hinson to be displayed here. You'll also have a duplicate display of this recognition at the National Teachers Hall of Fame. And now I'd like to call upon Dr. Hoffman, one of your former students, to say a few words.
Good morning. My name is Mark Hoffman. I'm a 1987 graduate of Raytown South. I would like to share a few comments with you. How we deal with disappointment tells us a lot about a person. In 1986, and I think Mrs. Alderson may have had an important disappointment. She was a finalist for an elite program that would ultimately choose one teacher for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. That would have been to be the first teacher in space. See, Mrs. Alderson was a candidate to be on the Challenger. And I, for one, am extremely thankful that that was a disappointment for you, because you have meant so much to so many students since then. I think that maybe that inspired you to demonstrate the 3 traits that I think we all know: your passion for science education, your insistence on excellence, you drive us all very hard, and your unwavering commitment to the success of your students. Had you been on that flight, I think there would have been fewer physicians, nurses, researchers, educators, and scientifically informed professionals in other fields, perhaps including me. Instead, after graduating, I had to make a career decision. Would I pursue science or another field? I chose to do a molecular biology degree at William Jewell College. I pursued my PhD in bacteriology at the University of Wisconsin. And then I worked for 16 years in a highly demanding corporate environment. When you invited me to start coming to Shawnee Mission South and speaking with your students, that meant so much to me 7 or 8 years ago, and I've been honored to do that ever since. And I think you have so much more to look forward to here at Shawnee Mission South from Mrs. Alderson, and thank you for the opportunity to speak with you.
In closing, I'd like to thank the Board of Education, other elected officials that have come to join us today, Dr. Hinson for taking time out of his busy schedule to be with us on this very, very special day to recognize one of South's finest and one of the best teachers that I've been around in my educational career. What a pleasure. Let's give Mrs. Alderson one final round of applause and appreciation.
It really is an honor to be a part of that. To be recognized is just such a privilege, and I hope from this maybe I can keep making a difference in the education community. I think it's real important to, as an educator, not only what you do in the classroom, but also how do you affect the community at large.
Well deserved. The woman has been an educator for, I think she said 19 years in another district and 14 already in our district, so a very long time, and she has steered kids towards science. She's a wonderful teacher, and we are so blessed to have teachers like hers in our district.
I absolutely love teaching science. It's so much fun. I find that it's a very creative process. My favorite thing in science education is to have a highly engaging lab. They learn so much from it, but yet they find it so interesting. So I think that to me is my favorite.
The relationships that she builds with her kids are second to none. The level of instructions that she challenges kids with, again, second to none. She's just the consummate professional and just does an outstanding job day in and day out. I
really want to thank the National Teacher Hall of Fame. What I like to do is to use this to leverage some input into what's going on in within the educational community, especially STEM education. Try to get everybody to work together to make a difference. Is everything